Modifying or modification refers to making a change to something in order to improve it. Today, for my presentation, I'll be focusing on car modifications. Now, why do you want to modify your car? Some people want to modify their car in order to make it more fast, more efficient for the quality of their life, or just to make their car look cool. Some car modifications that I could refer to are turbos and superchargers. Originally, turbos and superchargers were used on warplanes, but eventually they found their way onto cars. This is because they're known for being more efficient to the car, because you don't have to add a lot in order to make it more powerful. Some people add too much boost to their car and it ends up exploding, so make sure to stay away from that. And if it does explode, what you could always do is have an engine swap. Commonly, some people just swap the engine of their cars in order to add more power. For example, some people have put new BMW engines inside of older BMW, so they keep the style of the old BMW and the nostalgic feeling of it, whilst also having the modern power of it. One more thing that a lot of people do, this is very common, it is changing the exhaust. There are 3 reasons that you want to change your exhaust. It's either to make it louder, quieter, or just to have overall better airflow in your car. So, some people just want to make their car louder, which makes it sound cool. I'm not going to lie. That's also very bad for the environment, and also you could get in very big trouble for that. Or some people like to make it kind of quiet using a muffler, which makes it sound really nice as well. It makes it a lot more audible and doesn't annoy a lot of people. And overall, what these can be used for is better airflow. Something that's less commonly known is ECU tuning. The ECU is basically the computer of the car, and you could tweak small things using software in order to make certain components in your car move differently or have the timing off. For example, you can make specific valves open when other valves are closed. One thing that this is commonly used for is doing anti-lag. Basically, when your car is spooling up the turbo, there's lag, which makes it delay the boost. So with anti-lag, your car's constantly adding more fuel as the exhaust valve is open. So this constantly adds more exhaust throughout the car, and therefore making it have no lag, which is why it's called anti-lag. Now, even though these modifications give you power, there's also some trade-offs and takeaways to it. So for example, this stuff costs a lot of money. Even if I want to do it, I can't because I don't have a job and I'm broke. Another thing is that you're going to be costing a lot of weight to your car. So if you have more weight, then your car's going to be kind of sluggish. And also overall convenience. Like, you don't want to be waking up the neighbors at 2 a.m. with your loud car or anything like that. So even though some people use car modifications for daily use, it is most commonly used in racing. So for example, rally racing needs efficient parts as well as the fastest acceleration they can get. So they add stuff like turbos, more engine power. F1, which has gained popularity recently, uses more science in order to make their car faster. For example, the bodywork, in order to add more aerodynamics, or they mostly make their engines much more faster. Overall, everything just has to be perfect in F1. Car modifications are also used in street racing, which I do not recommend. It is illegal, so do not do it at all. But most of the time, street racing, you're just adding power as much as you can. Now, the reason I'm talking about all this and modifications is because it is mostly the reason why I like engineering so much. Starting off at a small age on my Xbox with a couple of games for racing like Forza, and I started learning how these cars work, and you could change them in order to make them faster. And then I moved on to more realistic simulations like BeamNG, which I showcased in the video, in order to make more specific changes. Through playing these games and using these different softwares, I've learned that it can really be fun just experimenting. I'll continue to do this in college when I experiment with things academically. For example, new ideas and thoughts that I could express to people and eventually make them real. I could also experiment socially by making new friends, encountering clubs, making clubs myself, and overall enjoying my life in college. As of recently, I've been volunteering at a local airport to study the engines of planes and working on them myself. It's become a fun experience, and it's made me more interested in things other than cars, such as planes, trains, or smaller vehicles like motorcycles. Through this video, I hope you learned something, whether it is through the different modifications I listed or cars themselves. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.